You are still tuned in to the Gaming Entertainment Network. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the game. Hey, we got something in store for you late night tonight. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you don't miss it. And, hey, hit that like sub, man, to help the channel grow, man. And without further ado, let's see what the announcers think about this game.
Welcome to the Texas A&M Aggies, the Corps of Cadets, the world-famous 12-man, Lady Reveille, and early indication, a whole throng of Aggies ready to make some noise. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. First down for this offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man quickly. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Walters. Quick strike complete.
And I love working the slot receivers. And you see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
This offense has a 2nd down play. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction Boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you've seen the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line, paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. He's going to pass. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. He's got his man. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Handoff from the gun. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Now on second down. To the air, it's Higgins. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. The Irish send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Back to pass, it's Walters. Fires the pass, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
How about the middle linebacker making a great play? Drops in his zone, eyes on the quarterback, sees the quarterback throw the football, breaks on it perfectly, steps in front, and takes it all the way to the house.
Bringing it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what?
And he breaks into the open. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Man, what a rough start for this quarterback. Already throwing 1 interception, throwing another ball in harm's way. They got to find a way to settle him down a little bit, maybe give him some easier throws because his decision-making so far has not been good.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. From the gun, the ground game. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so 3rd down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Scanning the field, it's Walters. Coming after it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. And on 2nd down for this offense. They'll run play action. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attacking.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Walters. Forced out of the pocket. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate.
And it's on the ground. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Leaves it with the running back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period.
Notre Dame 7, Texas A&M 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking downfield is Higgins. Quick completion on the out. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. He's starting to get in touch with his inner Joe Montana as the Irish are moving the ball up top.
And I think that's always the question with the Irish every year is who's going to play quarterback. We know their brand and we know who they are, but are they going to get ballers at that position? Are they going to get a great Ian Book, a great Brady Quinn? That's the next step, and if they find that guy, Notre Dame can do everything they want to do and be great in college football.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. This is picked off in the end zone, but the officials are saying he was out of bounds. Just an incomplete pass and a huge break for the offense.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Fires into the end zone. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Might as well give it to him again. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Looking to pass. It's Walters. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. How long have the Aggies been fishing for jumbo plays like that one?
Just dying for it. They just want high-flying offense. They want fun. They want excitement. They had it back in the day with Johnny Manziel. Been searching for those big-time plays, that big-time offense since that point.
Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Using his legs, it's Hardy. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Now on 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
The 8th play of the drive coming. You'd hate to settle for a field goal. It's 3rd and goal. Looking for a man. It's Walters. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. Absolutely perfect. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. USC put together a breathtaking performance inside the Coliseum. And how do you not liken it to the way Leinart and Bush and Lendale White and Dwayne Jarrett used to just annihilate teams? It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Here come the Irish back on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight end. Wide open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He lost one down the sideline.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody in the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
The Irish send out the punt unit. Slips through the line. And the returner will be knocked down.
And your Texas A&M Aggies will take over 1st and 10.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit, and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
It is hard to get sacks on screens. I mean, the offensive linemen stay with you for a little bit. Defensive linemen squirt through. A lot of times they read the screen and backpedal. Not on this one. They got through, got to the quarterback, got him on the ground. Not good execution by the offense, but it still
Unloads it downfield. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Aggies.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish with a 62-yard pass for the score. Coming out with it, it's Bond. And the ball is loose on the return. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back.
Kick returners usually have to have that home run ability, the ability to take it to the house 100-plus yards. But it's also a tough skill because you've got all these guys flying down the field so fast. Sometimes you get a big hit and ball security becomes an issue.
Quarterback checking off. The run from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air. It's Walters. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Hardy. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. Timeout called here by the defense is the first one they've used this half. This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Aggies!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking toward the sideline, and a nice job to keep his feet in bounds.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him over.
Dropping back, it's Higgins. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got room on the return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
How about the big fella? I know this is not in his job description to pick off passes, but the eye-hand coordination, able to get his big paws up there. It was like he was almost surprised he had the football. Just started rumbling and stumbling once he'd had possession.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I love when defensive linemen play with this type of awareness. You knew he wasn't going to be able to get to the quarterback, so he slows the rush down, IDs and finds out where the QB is, and then gets his big old paws up in the air to bat it away.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He'll bring it out. It's fine. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
The incomplete pass leaves them with 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Higgins. They're working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously, trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard, and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds and stopping the play.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. Heaves it into trouble, and he finds trouble with the pick. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to go up top on first down. Going for the big play. And he's got it at the tag. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Running back searching for a hole. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. Give to the running back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you'll look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
The give to the back. At the 45 on his way. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense and their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. They'll leave it with him. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They want to run it left here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast and low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Leaves it with the back. Through contact. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. And they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll give it to the back. Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll try the run. Smashes through the tackle. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Irish! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's...
He's going up top. Pulls it in inside the 10. Touchdown, Aggie. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the 3rd quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Bond. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here come the Irish back on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Might as well stick with him. Got room at the 35. Open runway ahead. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll go to the ground, fighting off the defender. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the 1st down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. And they stop him again for no gain, and it will be 3rd down.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Slams ahead. Into the end zone. start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to throw, it's Walters. He makes the connection. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
It doesn't matter what the defense has tried to do. Man coverage, zone coverage, blitz, whatever. Quarterback has been locked in. 350 passing yards now.
That's the end of the first quarter. Our score, Texas A&M 35, Notre Dame 28.
First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
Second and 10 after the previous play. The give from the gun. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
A third and long coming up here. Quarterback checking the play. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
It's incomplete. Offense facing fourth down.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting the push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Trying to impose their will with the run. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominated at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Wide out in motion. The give to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They're testing the right side here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Throwing right. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Now on the counter. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped, a gain of 6.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Right back to the well. Tackle is made after the 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some 1st downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking for a man. It's Higgins. Fires to the big fella. And he'll be marked down right there, still short of the 1st down.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
This 3rd down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Back to the ground game on the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Stanford is putting on quite a fireworks show today, and they're loving every minute of this one right now on the farm. They're up by 30 over the Pandas. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. They're getting this guy lathered up.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, it's Walters. They're trying to get to it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's right on target. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matter to these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Keep it on the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
A field goal attempt from this spot would be 52 yards out. A few yards on 3rd down would make it easier. To throw, it's Walters. Working the middle, it's complete.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. Timeout on the field, and we've got a dandy all tied up late in the 4th.
Texas A&M.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And after taking the lead, guys, we still have a big finish coming. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bond. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Here come the Irish back on offense. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right.
And they say a quarterback's best friend is a good run game and a good running back. I think he agrees. Over 150 yards on the day. I don't even think I need a quarterback the way he's been running the football all game long.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Finds his tight end. Still on his feet at the 45. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now, and this offense needs to get some points.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Gets it out quickly. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown, Irish! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. They might want to consider driving this one through on the ground, get him to touch it, and get that clock running. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. To waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Dropping back, it's Walters. A deep throw as the clock winds down. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air, but a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. On second down, wants to throw it. Got his man in the middle. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. He's looking to throw it. He's going up top here late in the game. It's incomplete, and the last chance is just out of reach, and that's going to do it. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you can tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
I just want to put that out here that I had to send this message to my opponent because I get pissed off with the complaining. I said, good game, man. You got to start getting out of your feelings. Basically gave you the win because you ruined the experience with questions and complaining. People like you are the reason I can't enjoy the game and can't just play without overthinking every damn thing that doesn't go your way. Laughing out loud. Be better, man. Peace. Because at the end of the day, I stopped playing my offense, bro, because he gonna say some bullshit like good game and run the rest of the game. When your opponent says good game and runs the rest of the game, sure you didn't. I'm sure you didn't. stupid, man. I get tired of this shit, man, because it's like I fucking hate playing in the game with people complaining, bro. Like, that shit is not fun at all, bro. Nobody wants to look down at some man complaining about something. Oh, this and this. Then he stopped playing the game, start running the same plays all day, running the same stuff, talking about good game, like he trying to run the clock out, and then he gonna just run his way into a victory because I'm not playing much. I'm just doing whatever, punting the ball or doing my little play and getting the ball, doing whatever, so he can get the ball back and run, and then this shit happened. Then he running for a touchdown, talking about he wasn't gonna try to win until the game got close. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. I get tired of people's attitudes, bro. Attitudes. Like, you be in your feelings about some shit. You mad because I'm clowning your bitch ass. 27 in the second. I'm putting up points. I'm putting in work, and then you want a good game, like the game over, and start running the same plays all day. I can't run the same plays all day. That'd be considered not sim. But you want to do the same run all day, like you running out the clock, and then gonna win the game and talking about I wasn't trying to win. You get the fuck out of here, dog. With that stupid ass shit, man. Hell yeah, you ruined my experience. I don't even care about the loss. I just want to lose, really. Like, I want to really lose, bro. I don't want to fucking lose with some asterisk about how you wasn't playing and you wanted to give me the win because you was tired. Man, just get out of here with that shit, bro. Be better, beer man. With your fake ass. You always talking about you want to do this and play the game, and then you don't show up for some games. You give people sim wins like you don't care, and then you show up and try to play some season when shit going good. You one of them going good people. When stuff going good, you cool, but when it's going bad, you want to fall out. You lose a couple games, you out the season. You missing games getting simmed and stuff. Then a new season, you want to pop up on the scene like you want to play all your games. Man, say, I hope I see you in the playoffs, bro. And I'm putting up 80 on you, bro, and I'm gonna play for real. I hate that shit. You playing somebody, you trying to give mercy and play soft to get the game over with, and he gonna run and keep doing. Man, say, this shit's stupid, bro. If I would have never looked down at that chat, I would have put up another 21 in the third. I would have kept running my offense. I would have kept playing how I was playing. But since I look down and say, oh, he giving me the game, I done got the game won. Let me do this play. Let me pick this play. Let me run run the clock out, punt the ball type shit. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be fake, bro. That's all I ask, bro. Don't be fake, bro. I'm so tired of this shit. And he asked me a question, am I going to buy this game in 2026? Man, fuck this game. That's all I got to say. Because the people I play with have shitty attitudes. And they always running the rule books. Like in the last game, I was in overtime and going to tell me I got to kick a field goal in overtime. In overtime, you do not have to kick no field goal. Oh, the rules say you got to kick the field goal. So I got to kick a field goal. I miss the field goal. I lose in overtime. And then after the fact, he going to tell me, oh, that's a real shitty rule. It should get looked at. But you just use it to pull a card to try to win a game. These are the type of people I'm playing with, bro. That's all I got to say about that, man. More on that subject later, man. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Hit the like button, man. Thank y'all for the subscriptions to the channel. But I'm tired of shitty-ass people with shitty-ass attitudes, bro. We playing a video game, bro. Just play the game, bro. After the game over, if you got something wrong, you want to look back at the film, you want to see if something cool. But all that talking in between the game, talking about, I'm good game, bro. I'm done. You can have it. You can have it. And then you win the game. Man, fuck yeah, you ruined my experience. You fake-ass boy. Shit's stupid. It's a waste of time. I might well just gave you the sim win. You wasted an hour of my life, and 2 quarters I didn't even play. 2 quarters I'm running around doing stupid shit. Because your dumb ass talking about good game and you want to run every goddamn play. Just fuck it. Then you want to call this shit a sim league, man. All right, man. Shit. I wish I could see y'all comments about this stupid ass shit. I'm so tired of these sorry motherfuckers, bro. I am, man. I am, dog. So tired, bro. Peace, man. Peace.